All right, it's 10:02 a.m. Glad to see you all here today. Aloha, I'm back. I'm refreshed from a family vacation in Hawaii and just very excited to be here in front of you. It's already May 12th. A lot of great updates in today's sales meetings, and I wanted to really just share a lot of thoughts. So I really hope you agents can stick around for the middle section where I'm going to be talking about the hot seller market, a lot of risky actions that buyers are doing right now. And I think you're going to learn a lot of lessons that I'm seeing on the contracts that are structuring. A lot of offers are being written like non-contingent, very risky behavior, even blind offers, sight unseen. I'm going to talk about situations where your buyers are trying to maybe write, 200K over asking because it's happening in a lot of different areas all over the state. I hope you guys had a session or the experience to talk and listen 2 weeks ago's session, Realtor Risk Management at the when Gov Hutchinson was talking about legal advice. So I shared that link. I attended it myself, and there's a lot of stuff going on all throughout the state in your own business, and hopefully we can learn from each other's situations so that we're reducing our liability. So with that, I'm just giving you a little taste for what we're going to learn today. And I always want to start with our lovely affiliates to share some of their news and what's keeping a pulse on their side of the business. So let's go ahead and start with I saw Annie right here. So Annie, you want to start us off today? Chicago Title.
Sure. Hi, this is Annie Fan, Chicago Title update, letting you know that if you're transferring any ownership, making sure you are filling out the new PCOR form, preliminary change ownership. It started April 1st for all counties. That's Title Talk. And also Memorial Day is around the corner. Graduation is around the corner, and summer is around the corner too. So it's the hottest time in real estate. I strongly suggest upping your marketing distribution over the next 3 months. Ask me about your SOI plan, lead converter system, and farming with a durable plan. Annie Fan, Chicago Title.
Perfect. Thank you for that. We'll do Nancy Chan next, and then we'll do Nicole Menard right after that.
Good morning, everybody. Since we're talking about how hot the market is and things are selling so quickly, and I think the agent should be farming, trying to get more listings. And if you do need help with farming, with different ideas, we have all the tools. Give me a call. I will try to, set you up on a meeting, one-on-one or on Zoom. Thank you very much, Nancy Chan, Lawyer's Title. Let me help you grow your business.
Okay, thanks for that. Nicole.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Kelvin, and welcome back. Hope you had a wonderful time in Hawaii. Nicole Menard, Fidelity National Title. Annie brought up a point here with the PCOR forms and change in ownership. It is very, very important. If you're going to record deeds, transferring title, just a reminder that the county assessor could reassess the property taxes and you could be faced with a huge tax bill. So just a reminder to keep that in mind, and we're always here to service you and provide you with the title needs that you require. Have a fantastic day.
Thanks, Nicole. Good point on that. Let's go to Angie Tang after this, and then we'll do Sandy Franco right after.
Good morning, everyone. Angie Tang, First American Title. Does everybody know what FinCEN is? FinCEN. So it's sometimes when the government tags a file because it falls under certain categories. So the government will tag it as a FinCEN. They'll have extra documents that the sellers will have to, sellers and buyers, well, depends. Sellers or the buyers will have to, usually the buyers, will have to fill out because it got tagged for certain, I guess, I wouldn't call them red flags, but it got tagged because the property and the way they're buying it falls under certain categories. So when that happens, we have to get the paperwork filled out, submit it to the government, and then the government sends it back to us to give us the okay or the not okay to actually go ahead and close the transaction. So it's all government related. It's not a title requirement, but it is a requirement that we have to have that form filled out if it gets tagged to FinCEN. So originally FinCEN had expired, but now they've reinstated it, and now the expiration date is going to be end of October of 2021. So keep that in mind. So if there's going to be a delay and you've heard of the word FinCEN, that is what's happening. If you have any questions on that, please let me know. Angie Tang, First American Title. Thank you.
That's a good
Okay.
point, Angie. Sorry, let me pause right here real quick because I think what Angie was speaking about, I wanted to let and see if this is what Angie was mentioning. So I'm gonna start sharing my screen, and I know I'm sorry, affiliates. I'm gonna pause you for a second because it's important we learn. You guys see my screen right here on the Schedule B of a title report?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, number one, this is added red language, and Angie, hopefully you can stick on. I'm seeing a GTO federal regulation that I recently just helped an agent on. And when I click on this form here, it actually brings me over to some language that the government is requesting from the buyer. And this is under 31 USC from the Treasury Department regarding FinCEN, which Angie was talking about. And so for those of you agents who get this flagged on your property, it doesn't mean you're a criminal, it doesn't mean this and this and this, but they're tracking where the sourcing the money is coming from, and they're tracking some information of who are the buyer and the seller are. So what are you expecting? And maybe Angie, you can share anything. They want to know what is the transaction, the purchase, who is purchasing it, is it a foreigner, where's the money coming from? And they're asking even more for like the social security number and different identities of the entity purchaser. Is that correct, Angie? Is this what we're looking at?
Yes, that's correct. So it's in California, it's San Diego, LA, San Francisco, San Mateo, and Santa Clara counties. So those are all the counties being affected by FinCEN. Certain tags for it would be, I think it's all cash if they're buying it from an LLC. There's certain parameters that they're looking for. And as soon as it falls into these categories, they'll automatically ask and request for a FinCEN form to be filled out. And it takes a little bit of time to do because we have to wait for the form to be filled out. Then we submit it to the government. The government takes their while to collect their information, and then they send it back to us, giving us a yes, or they give us a no.
Excuse me, Angie.
Yes.
This is Jean Chang, and may I ask if not all cash, they purchase the house with loan to the buyer need to fill out this one?
Yeah, so if it gets tagged, the buyers need to fill this out.
Oh, okay. No cash offer, still have to fill it out, right?
No, it just depends. It's not for all transactions. It's just if it falls under certain categories, and they always change the parameters. So sometimes at once, in the beginning, I remember it was 2 million. They might have changed now. Annie's saying that it was it's an amount over 300, but it's always depending on the government, whatever they set their regulations to, and whatever parameters they set it at. They don't want to tell us because it's something that they want to handle on their own. But what I've noticed is that it usually happens if it's an all cash transaction and if they're buying from an LLC. That's the things that I've noticed. But of course, it's just depending on which parameters it falls in, and when they change those parameters, they don't tell us, they don't notify us because they don't want us to tell you guys, because if we tell you guys, then you guys are going to try to have the buyers buy the property differently, and then they might not be able to locate whoever they're trying to locate. So it's just a government regulation.
I see. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're welcome.
So good. Thanks for pointing that out, Angie. I'm glad we all learned from this. Sandy, you're up.
Hey, I'll keep it short and sweet to get us back on track. We now offer a military discount, $25. Doesn't matter if it's the buyer or the seller, just let me know so I can have it applied before we close escrow. And keep in mind that our price change that was effective on April 1st goes into effect. The grace period will be over on May 31st. After May 31st, all orders will have to have the new pricing. If you have anything you want to get ordered at the lower pricing, get it to me before May 31st. Have a great week, guys.
All right, you too, Sandy. We'll do Unita Wu next, and then we'll do Maria Howard.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, Kelvin, I need to talk to you about getting there because I know you have to do a pre-test and stuff like that. Anyways, welcome back. And you need a home warranty from America, your 13 months home warranty. Just to let you know, this is the last month for you to get this gift. I have people asking me if I don't want the gift, can I get discount? Yes, you could get $25 discount, but I just think it's crazy because this is $130 for just $25 discount. So reach out to me anytime if you need any help on the home warranty. We're still 13 months and we're here to help you anytime. Thank you.
Thank you, Nita. Appreciate the reminder on that. Nice gift. And let's go to Maria Howard.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you all doing well. So just, you know, we're living in like a different world, of course. We all know that. But we also know that offers are being made and some of them are actually not putting a home warranty on their offers. That's not a good thing. First of all, home warranty coverage is used as a loss mitigation tool, but for your office, even more importantly, because you're CREST, and if you're representing a seller, you do not want to have a home warranty coverage because that is your added benefits with your deductible with Coldwell Banker Dynasty. And it's also the added coverage you can offer your seller from close of escrow for 6 months. And it's the $50,000 liability protection for them in the event of a lawsuit. And like Kelvin had mentioned in the beginning, there's a lot of things that are happening that are a little shady, a lot of concerns. Don't leave yourself open and do not order a home warranty, especially if you're representing a seller. So if you have any questions, I'll put my information in the chat and I'd be happy to go over more in details with you. Have a good day.
Thanks for the reminder on the home warranty. And there is definitely agent incentives for you to use a home warranty plan, regardless if you're the buyer or the seller side. And the reasons why is definitely for the E&O carriers, basically risk reduction. So they do offer incentives and it reduces your deductible in the event of a claim. And it's also a nice resource because at the end of the day, whenever you're selling a home, you know, there always is some sort of defect or problem that may arise in the future, whether it's deferred maintenance or whether it's just something breaks down, regardless of which, when something breaks, the person or the buyer or the person living there tries to find blame. Okay, we all have human nature, and we want to go, oh, my agent didn't tell me, or the sellers knew this was broken or something like that. But when you have a resource, which is a home warranty plan, at least someone can take responsibility or help out in terms of the limits of the coverage, and there's at least some sort of solution. But when you have no solution, you have no home warranty plan, guess what? The blame comes towards the agents or the clients. So that's all we want to do, add a layer of risk mitigation in there into the transaction. Brandon, let's go with you next, and then we'll do John Wax right after that.
Perfect. Thanks, Kelvin. Good morning, everyone. Hope all the mothers had a great Mother's Day. Real quick, couple updates that I've mentioned in the past, but we got some more information from Gov Hutchinson. So this is in regards to the new defensible space portion of the July 1st bill, AB 38, that goes into effect. So you know that first part, which was the one that started January 1st, which was the home hardening disclosure. So now that form, if the home is in that AB 38 compliant area, so that's that high or very high severity fire zone, if it's in one of those two, there's a new form that CAR is now creating called the FHDS, or the Fire Hardening and Disclosure Space form. This is still in draft, so CAR obviously has to provide this information. And what Gov was saying is obviously the law is not very well written, and there's a lot of requirements that are going to be required by the agent or by the seller to state that the home has everything compliant with having the home be able to withstand these high or very high fires. So that form is coming out. And again, it's the FHDS form that you should be seeing in your CAR forms within the next couple of months, because obviously they got to get it done before July 1st. And then the other thing that was mentioned is that even though the homes that for the HHDA form that were built after 2010 had already had the code requirements that updated the home, that it didn't need these defensible spaces. It is on the July 1st one, all sales, no matter when it was built, that if it is in that high or very high severity zone, they are asking that that form is filled out. So this is all coming from Gov Hutchinson and Carr. There's a lot of new updates to this that they still haven't figured out. Obviously, it's still in draft form. I'll keep you guys updated on when that comes out. But I do know that this is something that we have seen is going to be challenging, especially if you have to go to the local fire departments to get this taken care of. But again, I'm a resource for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me anytime.
Great piece of advice. I did see you in the class at Realtor Risk Management, Brandon. So I'm kudos to you on gaining your knowledge. And any agents who want any understanding on that home hardening requirement, they are basically merging two separate forms into one. So yes, it's going to be a required form, but by July 1st, the final version will make it easier for us technically, as they're going to be merging those documents. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and have John Wax. You ready? And then we'll do Scott right after that.
Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. You look good. John Wax with Snap NHD, Natural Hazard Disclosures. I want to piggyback on what Brandon was saying. Yes, we're up to date with all the home hardening information, and we have included the form. The current form is in our reports, so you don't have to look for it. It's going to be in our reports. And when it's updated, it will be added with the corrected form in the reports. Listings is the name of the game, as we all know. And to help you with those listings, have your documentation lined up, your title, as well as your NHD reports, so that when you go on the listing report appointments, you can educationally talk to your buyers and inform and consult them that you know everything about the property to help you get those listings. And the property tax estimator is great to help you out with the preliminary taxes for your buyers, and the free lease report for your leases. We're here to help. I've been in the business for 26 years. I'm also a consultant for you. And if you have any questions regarding anything like that, please call me. My information's in the chat. I hope all the mothers had a great Mother's Day, and let's have a great sales week. Thank you so much, Kelvin.
All right, John, thank you. And we got Scott Shimamoto and Jason Hellewell after that, and then we're done.
Hey, Kelvin. Hey, Scott Shimamoto here, Journey Mortgage Advisors. I have two things. One's fun and one's business. Okay, so the fun thing is your agent over there, Michael Dang's daughter, is in that series Kung Fu, and she is killing it. She's really, really good at that. So guys, check that out. It's really fun to see your friends. You know, I actually know her, to see them on TV and stuff like that. But business-wise, okay, so we got the inflation report out today, and inflation is the arch enemy of mortgage rates. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is we've had 2 negative days in a row in terms of rates. So, you know, it's a chance of whatever. Right now is the time for your current clients that own houses that have big equity. They may want to take money out right now, because they could take this money out and then they could possibly buy another house. You know what I mean? Like they go buy another investment property or something like that. So if you have clients out there that have this kind of situation, that might be a really great way for you to, you know, one, have an excuse to talk to them, because you know how it is. And also it might generate some additional business for you. So just throwing that out there. If you have any questions about that, get a hold of me and I would love to help you out. Thanks, Kelvin.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. And yeah, Michael Dang's daughter is in Kung Fu. It's on the WB. I think it's playing tonight, Wednesday, 8 o'clock, prime time. And hope you guys can check it out, because it's pretty cool. Secondly, on what you're talking about regarding cash out refinance, I know a lot of clients have been refinancing, and then they also want to add their family member or a daughter's child during the same transaction to title. A reminder to what Nicole Menard just said, which is, hey, when you have a change in title, that may trigger reassessment. So make sure you're filling out all your documents properly, because reassessment is going to be a huge impact if they don't do it right. So check on their document paperwork. That's why you don't want to be filling out that paperwork for them. Let them, with their CPA or accountant, go together and get all this stuff done right when they're doing that refinance or change of ownership. Last but not least, Jason, hello.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Just to let everybody know, Property ID just came out with a new report. Really, the technology is just skyrocketed through the roof. Order the report right away. As soon as you get a listing, it'll have all the home hardening information in there and everything that you're going to need to add to the MLS. So as soon as you get a listing, add this report to the MLS. Gives the buyer the opportunity to do their due diligence in the beginning to see if the property's in a high fire zone or very high fire zone, and you can get some of those documents prepared, the HHDH documents and some of the other ones. And also I work with you directly and your clients. Property ID is a little different. We insure your buyers, your sellers, escrow, everybody involved in the transaction. Have me meet with your buyers and sellers anytime if they have any questions to go over any of the information. And I like to get it to them ahead of time, before you even open escrow. So order the report, like I said, email me, call me, text me, and I'll get the report to you right away, and we can go over any issues or any red flags that pop up in the report that I can give you a heads up on. Thanks, everybody. I put my information in the chat box. And thank you, everybody, for all your support. Thanks, Kelvin.
Thanks, Jason. I think that's all the affiliates. Anyone else did I miss? Okay, moving on to the show. Start sharing my screen on my slides. You guys see the opening screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, good, thank you. All right, so you see that lovely little beach? Yeah, I was at the beach in Hawaii. I had a great time with family. The COVID protocols in Hawaii are really stringent, so yeah, definitely go ahead. And Annie, if you're going to go there, let me know if you have any questions on the process, because it is, jumping through hurdles and hoops in order to get to the island. And even when you just want to dine in at a restaurant, for example, you have to register your name, where you're staying, your address, email, phone number, and give your information just to sit down at a restaurant. So those are very strict protocols that they're enforcing over there. And want to start with just some inspiration and some slides. This was actually in last week's inspiration. So I wanted to kind of just remind you that to do and be one of the elite, to really be doing what's called, having that true success, you have to be doing what the other 99% of people aren't willing to do. And sometimes that means doing a little bit of hard work. Sometimes that means you have to kind of put yourself out of your comfort zone in order to strive to be the best you can be. So, that's the one common theme of the really successful people out there, is that they're really resilient and they're really pushing themselves, and they're not, they're doing something different. Okay. And what are you doing differently that sets you apart? So we're back. We have our prevention plan still in place. The agents and affiliates in Arcadia already shared with us. Open houses are still not allowed, and we still got to do these protocols for everyone's safety. There isn't even an outbreak going on in Taiwan, which used to be the very, very safe area. Now they have small cases of outbreaks over there. So just remind you, don't let your guard down and continue to practice and wear your mask, even if you're vaccinated. Okay. I'm very excited. While I was away, Sylvia was very helpful and beneficial in interviewing and in meeting some new agents that we're very proud to welcome to the office. And
yes.
So just maybe Sylvia, you want to share a little bit about and welcome Roxy and Christine?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Kelvin. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, beautiful people. So we have Christine Ching and we have Roxy Xu. Roxy Xu is actually attending this meeting, her first meeting. We have these two super rock stars that are coming in that have so much to offer.
They have not only their own uniqueness and their own personality that they own, and we love here so much and embrace, but they also have something that they can give back. We have Roxy that has a background of graphics design that we all know that can be implemented here in her business, and also a benefit here under our roof here at Coldwell Banker Dynasty. We have Christine Chang. Christine Chang offers accounting experience. She has that background. I'm not sure if she's online or not, but we're pretty excited. We have a few others coming on board, and we've already had some affiliates come in and spend a one-on-one with these two young ladies, and they're like sponges. I mean, they just want to learn. They show up with their notepad, they show up with their laptop, and they're ready to go. So that energy is really exciting. I'm super excited about that. Mark and I, we're just, we love the diversity here at Coldwell Banker Dynasty, and embracing what we have, and helping everyone in the different tiers that we're in. You know, we have what we call, you know, the veterans, the seasoned, you know, the country clubbers. We have the new rookies. So these are the two new rookies. So affiliates, please, when you see them, please introduce yourself and come up to them, and they want to learn. On that note, I want to go ahead and have Roxy come on and say a few things. Roxy, it's all yours.
Hi, Sylvia. Thank you for introducing me. It's great to be joined this brokerage and happy to meet everybody here. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for your teachings, and I really enjoy Sylvia's coaching so far. So I'm really happy to meet everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Roxy. Glad to have you here. Thanks,
you,
Sylvia, for working extra hard while I was on vacation. So I didn't get bothered too much. And thank you, agents. Hope everything is back to business. I already catched up on files, and we're looking forward to getting your business going, Roxy and Christine, as well as any of you other newer agents. If you're less than 2 years in the business, if you have less than 3 transactions under your belt, I'm going to ask you to really do something for yourself, which is spend time with Sylvia and myself while we develop you, get your business going, because that's one of the things I'm tasking her, is really working and focusing on developing agents, learning the business, learning the ropes, understanding all, and getting introduced to all these different great affiliates who are going to be helpful in your quick development. So it's never too late to get your business going. So I'm going to encourage you to spend some time, and we're only gonna, we can't read your minds, okay, but we can get you going. So if you can call us, reach out, ask us for 30 minutes so that we can come and spend some one-on-one time with you. We're willing to get your business going, but I need you to start taking a little bit of a proactive approach. Okay.
If I may, Kelvin, to that, great advice is, everyone has a gift. Everyone has a gift inside, and whether it's 1 transaction, 2 transactions, let us know what charities you belong to. Let us know what clubs you belong to. There's a lot of Zoom meetings out there. We have the little square people on the screen. There are so ways to still be vital in this industry and keep yourself ethical and at the same time. And, we just love you where you're at, but let's bring you up and let's bring you out and let's make you blossom.
I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to seeing our business and everyone's growth. I had and wanted to apologize last week. I was trying to do the sales meeting, but I did have to cancel it because of the vacation. But our new schedule, affiliates and agents, is for May and June right here in front of you. So we are back to our normal bi-weekly schedule. I don't have any vacations technically planned right now. And so we're ready to go, rock and roll, and the links are there for your registration. So, and then Sylvia will also have some schedules for her opportunities as well to meet. All right. And upcoming classes, we do have on May 13th, tomorrow, how to leverage Chicago title, social media, and other resources to get your listings for the next 6 to 12 months. So very, very excited to see you guys get more listings and using social media to help you. I know it's a very, very strong avenue. Some of the agents have already told me they've gotten some referrals or leads because they have been active on their Facebooks and Instagram accounts. Just really building a presence online, as well as having, materials and homes that they're checking out. And I know I see Sylvia's door of the day and all this cool stuff that people are doing even the testimonials. Those are great ways to share the good news of what you're doing. So,
Kelvin, may I share on that? Thank you
Sure.
for mentioning Door of the Day. So Door of the Day, if you have something that you can use that sets you apart from anyone else. I met someone 2 years ago in Arcadia, and they remembered my Door of the Day. So they started following me on social media, and I have Hat of the Day. So she referred me her daughter, got him in a home, a third house I showed him on a multiple bid. And it was exciting. Not everything comes easy like that, and there is no easy work. And let me tell you something, if it feels easy, there may be something wrong. But thank you, Kelvin. I appreciate that. Branding is so important.
Okay. Absolutely. And is there anything to add, Annie, if you're still here? Okay. And our next class is coming from the AAR, and Mark Wu is going to be on there, and we also have, he's going to teach about the commercial purchase agreement, how to write and complete that. Joel Carlson is teaching the entire commercial purchase agreement, and I definitely, Mark Wu is a sponsor, I'm sorry. But Joel Carlson is a very, very great instructor with CAR, so I definitely take and recommend you to look at this, learn it if you want to dabble in commercial. There's probably some definitely areas to learn. The probate process is also going to be there May 18th, and learn from Georgina Lepe, from an attorney, talking to you about how to understand the probate process, whether or not it's needs court confirmation or not, and whether there's open bids or you have to do an auction at the courthouse, and as well as knowing the court requirements, as well as how to write these offers in the first place. So don't be scared. It's not hard. And as we approach a situation of age where a lot of baby boomers, who is the vast majority of our population in the US right now, as they approach the retirement age and to, potentially a probate age, this is something you guys need to learn. I'm continuing to upload my stuff and videos and classes at YouTube, so subscribe to my channel if you want to get the latest updates and notifications. And for those of you who have been doing rentals, we do have a nice affiliation with Rent Spree, where they provide all-in-one the application to rent, full credit report, background check, criminal check, and eviction history, a screening process that reduces your liability. As long as you have the same consistent process for every single tenant, you are not violating federal anti-discrimination laws. Links down below, so you can get your free account and start screening all of your new listings for rent. One of the things before I get to the new listings, I want to spend 5 to 10 minutes on is our current hot sellers market. And we all know there's limited inventory. So what we're experiencing, and I have a pulse on the market right now. I've been writing offers for some of my clients. You guys have been writing offers for your clients and showing homes. And we're basically running around and following all these protocols. And what we're experiencing is multiple offer situations. We're seeing a lot of listings have unrealistic asking prices. And so oftentimes I'm seeing, wow, that price is super, super great. And then you're going to find out that most of the offers are $100,000 to $200,000 above that asking price. And it's kind of like a false pretense of discouraging a lot of buyers, and really just to get a lot of activity on that listing. So what does it create? It creates a situation of a bidding war. It creates limited showing opportunities because everyone wants to see that home. It creates a situation where when you have multiple offers, they're going to get to counter every buyer and pick the top 5 or 10 offers with shortened deadlines, with reduced timeframes, with removals of some of those contingencies. The seller's able to counter no termite or no home warranty or this and this and that. The seller is having a lot of choice and a lot of options when you have these situations of these low asking prices and frenzies in the opening first 10 days of that new listing. Sometimes we're also experiencing during the transaction some other situations. We're seeing the appraisal values are very low sometimes, maybe 30,000 under the appraisal value, because right now, what are buyers able to do? Buyers are able to borrow money and get financing at a very attractive rate. So they're writing strong offers. They're borrowing for very cheap. So they're willing to pay a little bit more, because when you break it out over 30 years, it's not much more to your monthly payment if you increase your offer by $20,000. So why not? You know, they love the home. So they may be willing to reduce or waive their appraisal contingency, and that's okay, but there are risks, okay? And I want to be able to explain to you that when you have risky activities, we need to do stuff to prevent liability as agents. So when you have the appraisal value, that is impacting some people's ability to get the loan approval, because some people are marginal buyers, or they have very thin reserves, or their FICO scores are right in the borderline. So I do see situations where the mortgage environment is a little bit tougher right now. It is a little bit stricter requirements to get financing, because right now banks are having less discretion on their lending, what the reserves, what they're willing to lend on. So because the Fed and the Treasury wants them to have more tighter reserves held in the bank, now the lenders are trying to basically provide the best loans, and the riskier loans are probably, you know, maybe not going to get the approvals on. So you are experiencing delays, you're experiencing tougher conditions from the lender. And I'm also seeing many situations where the sellers are also buying another property, and there are delays that are caused to your buyer, so that maybe the possession will be delayed after close of escrow, or they want to rent back for another 7 or 10 days, and sometimes even longer, like 2 months. They want to be able to close concurrently on their next home. And there's a ton of pitfalls and situations that you might not have thought of that are going to cause you issues or trigger you problems in your transaction. So I want to talk about that. But I also want to understand the buyer's perspective, because I try to teach in a very open-minded, all-encompassing, you know, looking at all sides type of situation. The reason why we're getting this situation is because of the limited or inventory in Southern California. So a lot of buyers have been searching for the past year, and they've been seeing a frenzy. They've been seeing all these, you know, frustration and disappointment going on in the offer process, and it's, you know, it's leading to a lot of failures or offer rejection. And I, you know, a lot of time being wasted, losing weekends, showing 5 or 6 homes, and you know, you write offers on 3 of them, and none of them want to respond back or give you a counter offer. I get it, okay? And so I know you are experiencing some of this frustration and disappointment as well, okay? But I want to hold your head high. I want you to understand that you know, and put some understanding that the feelings of discouragement of this situation is temporary. I know there is some loss of time, but it's only lost if you give up. If you can get this into a situation of an escrow opening and get them finally into a property, that's where you get to, you know, recapture that lost time. But don't, you know, don't blame yourself. Don't blame the agents. It's really the market conditions that is creating this high frenzy of a tight inventory market. It's a seller's market, okay? It truly is, especially in the affordable category, in the single family category. So I know some of you are losing some patience, and some of your buyers might be losing some patience, but just keep an open mind. Maybe look at you know, open yourself to a little bit more wider criteria or neighboring cities, but don't necessarily take riskier actions. That's what I want to kind of remind you on. That does not mean you should be kind of doing what some of the other buyers are doing, because there are very risky actions that I'm seeing and that was disclosed and shared by Gov Hutchinson. That's going to cause you put you in a tough position as an agent. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of other things going on right now. So if you're a listing agent, watch out for this. Sometimes the buyers are going to be trying to conduct their inspection prior to putting in their deposits into escrow. So a lot of times they're trying to do this so that they don't risk their deposits, yet they still get to do the actions of the due diligence. And my suggestion is to always take the deposit prior to getting them in access into the home. Take it by step, follow the contract, okay? Because a lot of times buyers are writing 5 offers on properties, and they might even open escrow on 2 or 3 of those if they get accepted, and then they're really only going to select 1, okay? So there's like a shotgun approach. Let's throw out lots of offers. Let's see which ones are going to play ball. And before I put my deposit at risk, you know, some of these buyers are kind of doing some actions not in good faith, okay? And sometimes our client absolutely loves the home. It happened right now. It's this past month where we had to resolve a situation, and the buyer wants to write a very, very risky offer where they wanted to be super competitive. So they wrote an offer to $150,000 over the asking price, and they removed the contingencies up front. Okay, but sometimes situations happens where they felt this way at the initial beginning, but then they get something called buyer's remorse. Okay, or they do some due diligence and then they want to change their mind. But guess what? When you write a non-contingent offer and you change your mind, you really have little recourse, you have very little leverage, and you're putting the agent and the brokerage in a very tough position. So I'm going to give you some tips how to deal with this, because I don't want you to have a situation where you have buyer's remorse, you're in a situation where you remove contingencies and you cannot get your way out and negotiate, okay? So just really my first point of advice is honestly is to read the contract. You need to know the contract terms. What is a contingency? What are the ways you can cancel? And what are the things that you're guiding and consulting your client on? Because at the end of the day, you're representing their best interest. So here's some tips for you. Don't rely on the asking price to determine the property value. Don't rely on Z estimates or Redfin estimates or, you know, the realist profile that has a $150,000 range. You know, that's not the property value. The value honestly lies in the eyes of the beholder. It lies on the market. That's the value. So you need to conduct CMA comps of the neighborhood, recent sales that will help client provide more data, and the buyer can decide and determine how they perceive that value. Because like, for example, you have a property where I might value this property for its potential, and another person might value this property because it's close to their work or their relative lives on the same street. So they might have a higher value for that home, and they're willing to write a higher offer. That's the market saying, hey, this is the market value. When you rely on the asking price, you got to educate your client that that's just that asking price is used to trigger activity. That's the goal of the asking price. It's not necessarily the sales price. So you need to mentally prepare the buyer that every property has pros and cons, and there's some good things and bad, and that when you write a very risky offer, or when you are deciding how much to offer, you let the client write that value. You don't make up that value for them. Just give them the data. So give them opportunities. Go early. Revisit the property with the family and other decision makers, because I have seen situations where the family or maybe the father-in-law is helping with some funds, and then they suddenly change their mind or tell the child, don't buy this property, it has bad feng shui, or don't buy this property because it's very small lots. They're going to create, everyone has different opinions. And so if you don't have all the decision makers there, you're going to be in a situation where you're making promises to the agent and you're ruining your reputation, saying something like, oh yeah, I promise you we'll move forward. We're so excited. We love it. We love it. And all of a sudden the next day you have to cancel the transaction because the sister from another mother says that they didn't like it because of the color. Okay. Whatever it is, you make sure you have the full decision, and you're pointing out some of the defects, you're pointing out some of the negatives so that it's not a surprise. Okay, you don't want to have situations where you have to go back on your word. You're ruining your reputation and the company's reputation when you got to cancel, or when you act in bad faith. And that's not what I'm trying to do here. I want solid business, and we're building a strong reputation. And so this is where you come into play in doing proper business. The third item is asking for support. Don't hesitate to ask us, the management, for help or assistance on various situations you encounter, because I know there's some things that you're unsure of. There's some bad practices going on. There's some agents who don't properly disclose or explain everything thoroughly, or there's just your buyers are asking you for some information and you don't know where to get the answers. Whatever the case is, we are here to help you. So don't make any claims or representations about that property without getting some validation. Get some facts. Ask us if you need to help you with some of that validation process, because I don't want you to provide information that is wrong. Okay, I would rather you say something like this, like, Kelvin, is this square footage 1,600 square feet? And then I don't want you to say, yeah, it is. Look, it says 1,600, because there's a situation that I'll teach you that had a that put our client in a tough situation that I'll share. The square footage that's listed in the county records often has a discrepancy with the MLS and with what's actually physically there. Okay, even if it's a newer building, like a new construction, we had that recently where some of our new construction, the builder provides the plans and it says 1,900 square feet. They built it to spec, but the county has a recording of this at 1,800 square feet. Okay, that discrepancy is because the county uses different mapping tools. They use a satellite and they have algorithms that help them with their records. And the builder has the permits or the plans for this. So what do you do in that situation? You use the square foot lot advisory. You have the property profile. You disclose that there's a discrepancy up front. And there's different things that you should be countering in up front, so that way you're not having any surprises or discussions on this in mid-escrow. The other things that happened recently was there was a client situation where the MLS says 1,600 square feet, like I told you. However, that was also reflected in the assessor's office, 1,600. But when I researched it on the profile report, it included the garage. And when it was labeled in the profile report, it says 1,600 square feet as total building square footage. Okay, and the building square footage is different from living area, because living area does not include the garage or the basement or the attic, correct? So therefore, I don't want you to make claims that this is the living area, make claims that this is the assessor's records of square footage, okay? And we have the ability to conduct due diligence during escrow. So that's why the appraiser comes out and does measurements. They have methodology that, and whatnot. So please, please, please document any discussions you have, any consultations you provide, or if you're giving recommendations like this is the county records, this is the title report, this is the permits that the city has on file. there are mapping tools called GIS from Los Angeles County that you can help and find records about the property. So you need to have, I know everything happens orally between you and your clients over the phone, but put your agreements or any outcomes or any summary of what you're talking about into an email in written form. So that way this does not bite you in the butt later on when there is a situation of he said, she said, where they forget what you said or they kind of put blame on you when they change their mind. Okay, so your timelines are very important, and a great agent is someone who has great documentation about what was discussed and has evidence to provide in the event that there's a dispute. My whole goal is to prevent liability for you and for the company and for our clients to have great representation. So that's some tips to help you. And really just prevent some of these risky actions that I'm seeing in our offers today and from other agents I'm hearing from. So if you have situations where you're removing some or all of your contingencies, especially that is requested or mandated from the seller in their counter offer, be very, very risky and cautious on that action because the contingencies are there for a good reason. If you can't get a loan, you know what, you're not going to be able to perform. That's why we have a contingency in place, and that's why the bank wants to conduct an appraisal to help determine its value. And if you remove these before you even get to conduct your own due diligence, you are basically putting yourself in a situation where you don't have an escape. Okay. I'm seeing people write blind offers. Maybe they're out of towners, or maybe they are from another state, and they're writing offers maybe because they're just frustrated. They don't have time to see the property this weekend, and they want to show it and they want to write an offer because offers are due on Monday. Whatever it is, if you're writing offers like this, whenever you have these type of risky actions, I want you to add a form called acting against broker advice. Writing escalation clauses. This has happened in situations where, for example, oh, my offer best and final shall be $5,000 above any other offer the seller receives. But you're basically writing a blank check. If you're doing an escalation clause in your transaction, you definitely need to have a cap. You definitely should make sure the client is aware that this is there's some risk to this involved, and I would probably tell you to steer away from this unless you know what you're doing. Okay, and I've seen even seller demands where they release the deposit to the seller in the first week. Okay, or a forfeiture deposit clause in your counter offers. And this is very, very, very tough position to put yourself in when you release $5,000 to the seller up front just to get yourself accepted, and then later on you cancel because you find out that there's defects to the property, or the square footage doesn't match, or there's a, you know, maybe there's a problem with the structure or the foundation. How do you get your deposit back? Okay, it's gone. You're going to have a dispute. Okay, and your client is going to blame you for not representing them properly, for not advising them of the risks. But you did. You did it verbally. You spent an hour with them on the phone. But do you have that documented? Do you have the evidence? Did you explain to them? Did you have an initial confirmation that they were consulted on? I don't think you do. So I've seen sellers requesting buyer agents to reduce their timelines. Oh, do you conduct due diligence to be in 5 days or 7 days? Oh, reduce your loan contingency to 10 days. Realistically speaking, you're not able to do all this stuff. Your lenders aren't going to be able to get you approval in 10 days or 7 days. They may even say they can, or they can try, but you know what? The lenders at the end of the day don't get blamed when the deposit gets lost, or when you are forced to lose the property and get a notice to perform because you promised on the contract 10 days and you're not able to realistically perform. The agent really gets the blame and liability in these situations. So I don't want you to be putting yourself in unrealistic timeframes. It's okay to get them desk underwriter approved up front. That's a helpful way, but definitely don't reduce timelines to the point where you're not able to, reduce your 7-day inspection contingency and you're not able to investigate fully, okay? So I've seen situations where our agents removed contingencies prior to that loan approval because the seller has a backup offer and it's stronger. And, maybe they have it under, $20,000 waiting for them above your offer. So they just can't wait that you cancel, and they want to get you to cancel, and they're putting a lot of pressure on you. So get us involved early. We can negotiate extensions. There's ways and strategies we can do this early up front. But if you see an extension needed, get that signed in writing. I really want you to get extensions in writing because you don't have leverage when they have a backup offer that's stronger. Okay. Any questions on this? If you have any resources to check out, I'm going to add new stuff on the Dynasty Agent resources, like I always do, just like these slides right here. If you always want to review the materials, or go back to my YouTube channel if you want to watch it again. And we're building some reviews. I know I saw a couple of you write some nice things about the company, and we're writing some nice things about you to help you guys out in your business. And we're really building a nice presence online. So now I want to share and celebrate our successes, our new listings, and our closings. Sharon and Sophia, we got a new listing over here in Monrovia, 1832 Fifth Avenue, 520,000. This is going to be crazy. 2 bedrooms, 3.5, or I think it's 2.5 baths. Sorry, over 1,000 square feet condo. Talk to them if you want to schedule an appointment or you have a client. I want to congratulate Daniel Wong on his new listing right here on Longmont in San Gabriel. This is a 3,500 plus square foot single family with 5 bedrooms, 6 baths on a large 9,400 plus lot. Congratulations to Angel Lau. She has a listing on Quiet Oak Drive. This is in Chino Hills. Nice single family residence, over 2,000 square feet. Great curb appeal, nice photography. Talk to her if you have someone for this one. And Julia, she's got a new lease listing. This is on Marengo Avenue, front unit number 1, Alhambra. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, townhouse, and it's pretty huge, 1,800 plus square feet. Angel has another listing. Congratulations on her single family, 1.788 million for this 3,000 plus square foot living area, 2525 Greenfield Avenue in Arcadia. Gorgeous home, looks nicely done. Helen Ma, congratulations, 9363 Guest Street in Rosemead. Nice single family over here, 4 beds, 2 baths, and approx 1,500 square feet, under 790. And Gina Lavalati, she has 1245 West Cienega for only 200,000. We have a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,375 single family. That's crazy. I think that's going to go high, and that's another situation where you're going to have probably a bidding war. Okay. And Mina Sue, congratulations on your new listing. Gorgeous, 9656 Naomi Avenue, Arcadia. This is a newer development. This is a gorgeous single family. Looks like custom built, huge 3,764 square feet on a large 10,000 lot. So congratulations, Mina. Nice photography. Jackson Wong, he's got 5429 Ryland Avenue in Temple City. This looks like a 826 square foot single family on a decent 6,500 lot. Congratulations to Doreen. 427 Maryville Drive in Walnut. 3 bedrooms, 2.75 baths, 1943 square foot on a large 7,000 lot. Congratulations, Doreen. And this is another new listing from Amy. Prado de las Uvas in Calabasas. This is a 6 bedroom, 6.5 bath mansion, 6,700 plus square foot on a huge 14,000 lot. Gorgeous Mediterranean style home. I love the little facade of the balcony up front. The materials looks really, really nicely done. Custom inviting photography right here. I love it, Amy. Talk to her if you got someone for that. And Clear Creek Lane in Diamond Bar from Henry Liu. He's got a nice 4,200 plus square foot living area. This looks like a sloped land, nice views right here in Diamond Bar. Wow, this is a 53,000 plus square foot. This is over an acre. Jennifer Huang, she's got a nice little property here in Rosemead on Sun Lane. This looks like a condo PUD style 1550 square foot home built in 1987. Should go quick. Nice Rosemead property. And myself, finally got this I'm back to business. So I'm gonna put my El Monte condo for sale. It's 10425 Bodger Street. It has 4 beds, 2.5 baths, and living area is 1635 square feet. Small HOA, and I have photography coming today. So if you do want to check out the property, I'll be there at 12 o'clock noon. And if you have any clients for this. And our closers, congratulations to Edgar. Way to go. He just closed Westminster Avenue in Alhambra. 2 beds, 1 bath, 910 square feet for 650,000. Congratulations, Edgar, on this sale. Annis just closed this listing of hers, 40 Fano Street in Arcadia. Great location, just near the Arcadia board. And she did a great job and closed this one with no problems, no issues. Edgar Contreras also closed another one. He's been busy. He's been one of our April producers of the month. I'm very excited to see his successes. 8909 Nevada Avenue. He represented the buyer and got this one closed on the single family. And Gina Huang. This was a 2 on a lot duplex, 218 and 220 Cypress Avenue, Monrovia. Amazing property, nicely remodeled, and she did a great job selling this duplex. Finally, I closed my listing in Monterey Park, 419 Nicholson Avenue. This was a duplex as well, 2,400 plus square feet living area, and just very excited to get this one done. Daniel Wong, he closed Sonia Court in West Covina. This is a 5-bed, 3-bath remodeled home, over 2,100 square feet on a nice 6,000 lot. So congrats, Daniel. He's been doing busy, and I know he has another closing coming up in a couple weeks. So way to go, guys. A lot of you guys have been busy, especially Melissa. She was another great top producer for us this past couple of months. 285 St. Albans Avenue in South Pasadena. Great, lovely single family hill home on the mountains of South Pass, 1.6+ million, 4 bedrooms, 4 baths. Wonderful remodeled home. And congratulations to Sylvia Ramos. She's had a couple of closings here in Phelan, vacant land, nice desert scenery, no structures on this one. But yeah, got a ton of land and then got a good price done for her buyer. Way to go.
I'm kind of the land queen out there. I don't know why, but.
Absolutely. What do you get? You get dirt. But hope your client's happy. I know they're doing some cool stuff with it. And just happy to see this one get closed. 1718 Mayflower Avenue in Arcadia. This one finally got closed. It's a single family home with a nice, huge 10,800 plus lot. Congratulations, Henry Liu. And we have Anna Hui. She closed Rue de la Pierre in Rancho Palos Verdes. 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths on a 2,500 plus square foot lot. 25 living area, 10,000 plus lot. Congratulations to Anna. Way to go. She's a rock star. And look at that. You got nice ocean views just from the windows. So I can tell this is a nice area, nice neighborhood. Doreen Twan, she got this one closed, and this is on Ridgewood Drive, West Covina. 9 bedrooms, 4 baths, multifamily property. Altogether, it's 4 units, roughly 1,010 square feet each. So congratulations to Doreen. She's been great and busy. And Margaret Lee, she's got Tracy Street, Unit C in Baldwin Park. This one just closed, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, over 1,000 square feet. Congratulations, Margaret, on her condo closing. And Jennifer Huang, this is a nice townhouse style, 910 Unra Avenue in La Puente. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths on her listing. Congratulations, Jennifer. And wow, Haiyan Jiang, she got this one closed, 2908 Via Fiano in Ontario. Newer built home, and it's 1,400 plus square feet condo. Way to go, Haiyan, on this is, I think, my first announcement of your closing. So very excited to see you get your first one done with us. Congratulations, Haiyan. And Henry Liu, he closed Hoosier Lane Way in Yorba Linda. 3,900 plus living area, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. Way to go. This looks great, beautiful home. I love it. Nice design. Another closing by Jennifer, 4,071 Michael Avenue in LA, 2,000 plus square feet, newer construction home. And this is definitely has nice curb appeal, nice little modern design. I love it. Angela Tsai, she closed this vacant land as well in Lake Los Angeles. The lot is 111,000 square feet, vacant land, nearly 3 acres. It's got a whole section right here, practically a whole partial township. And Adam Long, he's got Angelus Avenue in Rosemead. This is a duplex that he just closed. Congratulations on this remodeled duplex. Way to go. Man, you guys have been busy for the past 3 weeks.
We partied while you were gone.
I know. I love to see it. 515 Fairview Avenue, number 9, Arcadia. Henry did another closing on this one. 800 square feet apartment. Congratulations on that. And one of our commercial deals in Hemet, California. We got Diamond Valley Shopping Center, and Henry Liu just closed this entire plaza. So 25,000 plus retail building, 2+ acre lot. Wow, congratulations to Henry. He's got some of these for sale and for lease. So congratulations on that one. Woo, that was a lot of business going on you guys. I know it did have 1 extra week because we did have 3 weeks since our last sales meeting. But I'm just really excited. I'm refreshed. I'm excited to see a lot of you guys being busy. And if you're not been busy recently, let's get busy. Let's get back to business. Let's get back to learning the fundamentals. And I know I'm going to be working with you on some of your scripts. So get back to us and come to your training and learning opportunities. Take advantage of your mentors and your leaders, because I can tell you, we can definitely get you going and inspired and getting some business while the business is great. It's the spring leading to summer season. So I want to encourage you, let's take advantage of the great market right now and focus on listings, okay? Any questions, any comments, anything going on that you want to ask before we end today? I appreciate all of you guys staying to the very end. You guys are awesome.
Kevin, before you end, I would like to share something. It's a safety issue, if that's okay.
Sure.
Thank you. So everyone listening here, I have something to share with you. If we didn't have any worries, any worries going on right now, here's one for you. For those of you that are aware or not aware, there's the scariest drug out there right now. And the scariest drug out there right now is called scopolamine, which is also known as the devil's breath. So this drug, both David Chen and I, we had a client on showing on one of his listings, and he shared with us. He's from China, travels around the world, and this drug is really heavy in Brazil and in China, and apparently it's making its way over here to us. What it is, it's some type of a dust that gets put on business cards, or it can be blown in your face. And once that occurs, you're like in a devil's spell for up to 48 hours. And you're in a trance where the person gives you commands and you pretty much do everything that they tell you. And then once those hours are done, you have no recollection of what ever happened. You have no recollection that you went to the ATM and cleared out your bank account. You have no recollection that you actually cleared out your car. You have no recollection that your body was taken advantage of. So this is a drug that is out there, and I thought I would share it with you. When you're out with a client, try to stay at a distance. As we know, we still have our social distancing, but try to stay at a distance where you're not close enough for them to blow something on you. If you happen to take a business card, I don't know if you're wearing gloves or anything like that. I don't want you to be, in panic mode, but it's just awareness. Just be careful. I've been made aware of this, and this buyer that I so-called, picked up a buyer has disappeared, and now is no longer responsive, which is not uncommon, but it's kind of a bittersweet feeling when I show up to the property, and he did not expect the listing agent to be present. And here I am, we're told about this drug. So it kind of put the red flags up for me. And when, if something feels odd, then most likely it will be odd. If something doesn't feel good, see something, say something kind of thing. Just agents, male, female, everyone, just be aware. Thanks, Kelvin.
Thanks for sharing that, Sylvia. I appreciate it. And always be cautious on your own. Whenever you're going out on showings and you're meeting strangers. In our business, we have to take client meetings with new people. And so you always need to be cautious about situations and where you're meeting and who you're with, especially for females out there, because, I don't want you to become a victim, whether it's devil's breath, whether it's getting raped or kidnapped or anything like that, or being, threatened by, with any type of a weapon. You always got to have maybe some sort of safety precautions, and we'll teach a class on that on realtor safety as well. I did forget one. I apologize. I had another listing that closing, that I wanted to share that was sold by Melissa Chang. She helped close out 530 Naomi Avenue in Arcadia. This is almost a half-acre lot, huge 5-bedroom, 5.5 bath. Beautiful, gorgeous home for $3.15 million. And I'm just very proud of Melissa to see her get this property closed. As you can see, this is a gorgeous mansion here in Arcadia, impeccable views and great curb appeal. So excited to see this is one of her larger single family deals that she's ever done. She's had some great commercial production done recently. And as you can see, just wanted to celebrate that. I could see the excitement and in the air. I see our company's been very, very busy, and I know you guys are getting business done. So I'm just excited to see so much action activity. But like I said, I wanted to also share and help you guys with some language. And so I had to draft some language recently regarding how to prevent liability. Remember when I told you when I said acting against broker advice? What I like to do in situations where the buyer still insists on doing some risky activity, like removing a contingency early or upfront or sight unseen. Well, guess what? if they do this, this is their instruction. Yes, agents, we follow our client's instruction to the, within law, but we also prevent liability. So then we just basically ask them to release and hold harmless our company in order to really document in writing what was discussed, our consultations, and basically prevent liability in the future. So this talks about hold harmless. The buyer has the duty to investigate, check with city, check the size and condition. They have the responsibility of their own to prior to removal contingencies, that there's certain investigations and due diligence that's outside the scope of agent's duty and the company. During the time of offer and counteroffer, buyer loved the home. I documented that they expressed interest in writing a non-contingent offer. They wanted to remove all contingencies at the beginning. It's acting against broker advice. Stuff like this is very, very necessary, because we discovered during the escrow period, the living area and the advertised square footage included the garage, like I told you. So I helped the agent draft this language, got this signed by the buyer that it was inclusive of the garage area. It's an honest mistake of misunderstanding. We are unable to retrieve their deposit back because they took a risky action, and we cannot cancel because the seller does not agree. And we failed to get a negotiation of a price reduction because we basically gave away all the leverage we have at the counteroffer phase. So therefore, because of this and of the agent, we have to ask them to hold us harmless from any loss, liability, claim, damage, judgment, or fines or penalties whatsoever, because of the actions that the buyer put us in because of the risky offer, and I have them sign it. So I hope you can learn from other people's mistakes and learn from others' client situations, because this is going to happen to you, and I don't want you to be there without empty-handed with nothing in your documents and your files to prove that you had a good discussion and their client signed and was aware. Okay. Ooh, that was a lot. I'm done talking. Sorry, I know I went a little bit, longer today, but I did want to share this information because it's relevant in a hot market like this right now. And I'd rather spend the time teaching you, exposing you to what these risky things are, instead of spending hours and hours and hours on the end trying to fix and put a Band-Aid on something that that we lost our leverage on. Okay. So thank you. I appreciate you being here. That's it for today's sales meetings. Have a great week, and I'll see you at next Tuesday for my class, and looking forward to being back in business with you guys. Let me know if you need.
Love everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend or week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.